Hello and welcome to this videocast for subscribers to davidicke.com on location. Come out the place of work today, which is really one of the themes of what I'm going to talk about, because I come up here not nearly enough, but more now. And it's a beautiful spot on the Isle of Wight. It's a chalk cliff that goes out to sea that way, and over there it's a great panorama of the Sandown Bay, and it's just a wonderful place to come and disconnect from must-dos, gotta. And since I've been taking not, a break from work, but just taking it easier since I was ill over the last few weeks, coming out of it now, it gives you another perspective on what we call life. I've been writing about these subjects that I'm going to talk about for a long time, but the last few weeks has kind of brought it into greater focus. And I guess you could sum it up with a question: what's it all about? And another one: what are we doing? Because what, for most people, the vast majority, we call life, it's not life at all in the widest sense. It's a conveyor belt. It's a software program that we go through when we press start. That's what we call birth. And when we shut the computer down, that's what we call death. And what happens in the middle, for most people, like I say, the vast majority, is not life, but a program, a sequence, a recurring sequence, which almost everyone around you is also going through, which gives the illusion that it's normal. It ain't normal. I remember an advertisement on British television some years ago. It obviously wasn't a great advertisement because I can't remember what it was for, but it was a brilliant concept. And what happened is this baby is born, comes out of the womb, and then flies through the air like a missile at great speed. And as it is going through the sequence, it ages faster and faster and faster until it becomes an old person, and then whoosh, smacks into the ground, and the ground covers it up in the grave. And that really struck me when I saw it, because I thought, okay, it might be going a bit faster, but that's what happens. And it's because we are going through programming from the moment we're born. Actually, probably before we're born, in the womb, we're picking it up. And what happens is, first of all, your parents that have been through the sequence that I'm going to describe, they are passing on the same sequence as if it's not only normal, but the right thing to do, almost the only thing to do. And this sequence goes like this. You're born, then you have a very, very short, increasingly short period of relative freedom. In this world, freedom is always relative. And that maybe lasts 3 years, if you're lucky. And then into the fourth year, maybe even before that, with preschool, you're into school. And suddenly, just that long after you've entered this world, there's an authority figure standing up in front of you, telling you what's right and what's wrong, what's good and what's bad, what's credible and not credible, and even down to when you can and cannot go to the toilet. And that already has triggered this lifelong programming of an authority figure, or figures, in the end an authority system, dictating our lives. But to do it without much resistance, it has to persuade us that this program is to be pursued, is to be seen as credible, is to be seen as the only way. And I've sat around a table just before I spoke at the Oxford Union a few years ago with some young students who at that teenage point in their life already could not perceive of any world that didn't involve this process and didn't involve a top-down structure of hierarchical power. Talking of power, that's the power of the program to distort and download the perception of reality into the vast majority of people, certainly in the Western world, in the very first early years of their lives in this reality. So, you go to school, and it starts. And then you go to a bigger school, and then a bigger school. And the idea is that you constantly confirm to the system that you're taking on its version of reality by telling it what it wants to hear in something called exams. Examinations become the criteria, the point of judgment on whether you are intelligent or stupid or compliant or free thinking. And the more that you pass the exams as you progress through this system, the more you are considered to be intelligent. And when you do look at the education system and the exam passing system, what becomes very clear is it is absolutely no test or qualification for intelligence. Some of the most stupid people I've ever met in my life have been up to their necks in educational qualifications. Academia is full of people of extraordinarily limited perception of everything. All they know, or what they think they know, is what the system has told them to know. And so you go through this system and onto university. More and more people go into university. Why? Because universities make a fortune. The more people they can get in there, the better for them financially. And so they lower the qualifications and what have you, so that they can get more people in and they get more money and they can program more people for longer. And then you go out into the world of work. Now, all the time you hear this phrase that the education system must prepare students for the world of work. And what that means is it must prepare them to become cogs in a machine, to be used while they are healthy and have the energy to serve the machine. And then when they get old and have the capacity no longer to serve the machine, they just kick them out. The quicker they're out this world, the better, to the system's point of view.